works. Okay. Courtney Manuel back, Northwest Christian Homeschool. I want to show you how to set up your LMS, which is how we communicate our lessons and assignments with students. So let's get started. Let's just go to the beginning of how to do that on our grades. Share this. Oh dear, there's so many things going on there. I want to take you all the way back to the beginning so you know what it would look like. So here's classes. And the other way, now how to move from here. Let's say you're in your grade book, you were making it. We're going to go over here to the waffle and you choose LMS right there. Okay. Now, yours are probably all like a navy blue color. I like to change the color of mine. So you can do that if you'd like. I like it. My health class is always pink. And so then I give them a pink notebook and I put a pink sticker. And then when they turn stuff into me, it's easy for me to delineate which class is working with me here. Okay. So this is how it starts. This is what I recommend. Okay. I created a template and we're going to copy from another class and you're going to choose my class. So you got to scroll way down here. So if you look here on the left, see all these dates, 2020 to 2021. That's so old. We're just going to grab this thing. The benefit of this LMS, guys, this is what's amazing, is your classes will be stored as long as we keep it, right? I've had things on here now for 4 or 5 years. You're going to choose my chemistry class, 25, 26, and it's going to copy straight into your book. And you're going to say, this is copy all of it. Oh gosh, oh no. Okay. Copy it in. And then here's what it'll look like. It's only going to take a moment. It says, what you're essentially getting is the breakdown of each of our quarters on the right. So that didn't exist before. And when it has this gray eyeball here, that means students can't see it. So in order for them to see it, you've got to go 3 dots. You have to make it active to a student. Now they can see it. And then within that quarter, I loaded all of the weeks of assignments. So now we're going to go into week 1. Let's make it active for students too. Shoot, let's let them see what we're doing. Week 1. So what I did is, obviously this is not my health homework, right? This is the chemistry homework, but I wanted you to see how I made each week look, how I plugged it into LMS. We're looking for some continuity, for consistency as a staff, that yours should look somewhat like this. Not exactly. We don't have to lockstep. And I definitely don't want to, quench your amazing educational spirit. But if we can rein in a little bit so that students can know what's happening, here's what it looks like. Show more. So at the very first top, hey, happy first day of school. Bring all this stuff to class. And then I put the name of the class. This is your coursework. We're trying to use the word coursework instead of homework, because homework is essentially like what you do after school, but this isn't what you do after school. This is your school. This is there every day. I have chemistry 5 days a week, and 4 of those days is at home. This is your coursework. And so I do a little review of what we did in class that day. We went over the course and we completed 2 experiments. Hopefully, I often edit this if it's incorrect at the end of class period. And then on Friday, this is what you should do. You should read 5 pages. You should finish a write-up for these 2 experiments. That's it. Now, that's going to take some students 20 minutes. That's going to take some students 40 minutes. We're just shooting. It's a warm up, right? We're starting. There will be more assignments on top of this as the year progresses. This is a very low bar at the very beginning of the year. You're just getting in the routine of waking up from summer. You got to read something. You got to remember something. And now you're going to show me that you did it. And so the first day, how they show me is they're going to do their write-ups. The second day, they're going to show me with OAOs. These are on your own. These are questions within the text that says, were you paying attention? Okay. And then Wednesday, they're going to also email me something, because I want to know that they can email me. 1, that they can get into their email. 2, they can send me an email. And then after this, it says to turn in on Thursday. I put the date of what that Thursday is. And this is actually what I'm collecting. I'm only collecting their lab book with experiments 1.1 and 1.2. They did all those OIOs. I'm not collecting them yet. I'm going to collect those next week. I'll probably just walk by and take a look at them if kids have questions. But that's how I organize. Now, if this was a freshman class or a junior high class, I for sure would be checking those OIOs on the first week. Okay, now what you would do is you'd come over here to these dots and you're going to edit this item. And you can just literally highlight the entire thing and delete it because you don't need my chemistry work. You're going to put in your assignment work. Health class, this is week 1. Now, I'm acting like I'm typing it in as if, but I already have all of these saved. You might have yours in Microsoft 365. You might have yours in a Google Drive. And then I'm going to copy those. I'm going to paste them in there. But just as a review, I'm going to say, this is what I did on Thursday. This is what you did. This is what you're going to do on Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursday, this is what you're turning into me. Here's the kicker. You've got to hit save. You have to hit save or none of that did anything. Okay, this assignment will be turned in offline. It will be. They don't have to turn it in online. You also don't need to click that. It doesn't matter. You can sync this with your gradebook. I don't because it turned this into a specific assignment. And this isn't an assignment. This is an assignment for the entire week. So I don't hit that button. And then when you're ready for students to see it, you have to click this active for student button. That means they can see it, they can engage with it, and then I hit save. So now what happens if we go back to, I'm going to go to our dashboard here. Health class now shows there's a coursework assignment. So you see my general science has one, my chemistry has one, and now my health has one. My physics, I'm actually not teaching physics, has no upcoming coursework because I haven't set it up yet. Yours will look blank until you put it in. It'll have course week 1, 2, 3. Now I did have an option for a handout button. What we often do, let me get back in here. This is what it looks like to students, just so you see what they see. It's going to be all pink. Let me show you one actually that's all the way filled out because health class isn't all the way filled out. I'll show you my, oops, I clicked the wrong button. Sorry. This is what it looks like to them. Please bring all required materials. Yeah, I didn't set that one up either. Awesome. Let's do chemistry. Hit the wrong button. Whew. Yes. Okay, this is what it will look like to them. And then it has show more. So this is what it looks like. Yeah, I know it's yellow and it's bright and it's in their face, but yellow in their brain is going to mean chemistry every time they see it. And I like that. So let's go over a couple other little things and we'll go from there. So in my chemistry class, I've loaded, I loaded week 2, but they can't see week 2 because it's turned off. Remember that it's the little toggle's not turned on. But what I want to show you is as I go down again, this is week 2, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Here's what you're turning in. You're turning in your lab book that has everything in here that has the experiments, and I'll clarify that probably. And then they're going to turn in a review sheet, complete the review sheet module 1. Now the review sheet, I attached it right here. This is where it is, and I want to show you how to do that because it's quite helpful. So we're going to edit this item. And somehow these always get moved down. At the very bottom, it says attach. And you just hit that button and it used to sync right to your Google Drive. You guys, it was glorious, but now it says that there's like some privacy issue with Google and Google doesn't allow RenWeb to talk to it anymore. So it's ridiculous. So it doesn't work. I have to browse. And what I've done is most of my documents that used to be a click to my Google Drive, I've already downloaded them as a PDF. So here's that Chem 1 review worksheet as a PDF right here. I would just click that and I'd hit upload. I don't need to hit upload because I've already done it. But you could pick any of your PDFs and you can do multiple even at a time. Let's just cancel this for right now. Actually, I don't need to do it. My face is in the way. Oh, there's the X button. You can have multiple of these and it would just be a bunch of blue links right here. It'll show up on their computer and they can print it off, which is totally fine come high school. Junior high, we would like you as a staff to print out any worksheets for junior high and hand it to them. I'd also like you to hand them essentially this same assignment that you're posting, especially for the first month or two of school. It's just getting on LMS, it just blows their little brain. So that's how you do those. In order for students to see it, again, it has to be active here and it has to be active up here. So let me show you again from this side. We're just going to go through the whole steps. Here's chemistry. Quarter 1 has to be visible. That has to be active. And then you click on it. And then week 1, here's week 2. The assignment was active, but the week was not active. So now they can see it. So you have to have the quarter on, the week on, and the assignment on in order for them to see any of those things. Okay, class wall right here on LMS. If you want students to engage with each other on that, you can say, let's allow students to post. They can write stuff. Now, if you want them to write stuff and then have another student come and comment, then you open that guy up. If it gets out of hand, students will just, specifically our junior hires, they just get crazy. They're like, oh my gosh, I can write stuff. And they'll just give you like 1,000 H's, or they will start just putting an emoji and do it over and over. Then you can start turning those things off. But it's up to you, however you'd like to use this space. Okay. Oh, hopefully that wasn't too much. Let's stop sharing. It's just me now. If you have questions, I really, really do want to meet with you. I really do want to help you. We can do it one-on-one. We can do it over Zoom. We can talk in this way. We can do it over a Microsoft Teams chat or a team meeting. We can come over to my house. This is my house, so this is what it'll look like. Please reach out.